Hey there! Today I will show you how you can juggle columns. But first, roll that in. Columns are basically a variety of juggling two balls in one hand and do some other fancy stuff with the third ball. But first, hey, I'm Kai. I run this YouTube channel with all about the flow arts and juggling with clubs and balls and stuff, poi. If you're interested in this topic, awesome. You can click the subscribe button, ring the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming video, and don't forget to click subscribe. You can click the subscribe button. You can desubscribe every time, so yeah, thanks that you clicked the subscribe button. And now, start with the columns. For the columns, you should be able to juggle two balls in one hand. In my case, I'm right-handed, so I juggle them in my right hand. And you should not juggle them in a circle like that. You should be able to juggle them parallel to each other or as a column. That's the absolute basic you should be able to do before we starting with columns. The easiest column is basically to juggle two balls in one hand and throwing synchronized the third ball in our left hand up and down. So our left hand is simply throwing up and down, and my right hand is throwing two balls in one hand. When you're juggling columns, you should be patient about your plane. It should always be straight in front of you and not to bend in one direction. One way to change this pattern is to switch the hand for the third ball, or basically switching the hands which are juggling the two balls in one hand. In this example, I take the orange ball for the middle column, and that's the column where I switch my hand. So, as we already learned, you can juggle it like that, and now I start to switching my hand. And as you can see, you now have always one free hand, depending on the hand which throws the centered column. Now we have juggled the columns always synchron, but we also can juggle them asynchron. But first, hey, it would be awesome if you write something down in the comments below what you want to see next as a tutorial, or hit the thumbs up button that I know that you appreciate my work I put into these videos. And so we have done it in this tempo, but now we don't have to throw two balls at the same time. We can throw every ball in a single timing spot. So it looks like that. And when we have got used to this pattern, we can go back into two balls in one hand with circles, and we can combine this. So we're switching our hands, our right hand and left hand, and going to switch with the balls across this pattern. So in this case, it's the orange ball which always crosses the center and going from the right to the left, and the green balls are just going straight up and will be catched in the same hand. So we are going to throw two balls like this, and the third ball is just alternating between our hands like you would in a normal 3-ball cascade, or maybe you can imagine a lying figure of 8 or a symbol for the infinity. Yeah, that's also a way to juggle columns. Maybe the most often seen variation of the column is basically not the column, it's the machine. You juggle in this pattern I showed you in the first step. And in this spot where you have a free hand, you start to take the ball, guide it upwards to your upper left corner. If you don't know what I mean with corner, I highly recommend to watch the 3-ball cascade tutorial from me, because I described the cascade in a window. So you guide it into this corner, and for the beginning you can just simply drop it back down and guide it up there again, so that you technically move the third ball just with your hand in the air. And now we can start to switch the balls out in this pattern. When this ball is up in the left corner, you don't going back downwards, you're going across over your right hand into the upper right corner and drop it down. But now you would have 3 balls in one hand, which we are in this case not really able to juggle. So we take one ball, throw it from our left hand to our right hand as a cross, and catching the new ball we placed up there and going back into this 2 balls, 1 hand pattern. Going across, going across, going across. Yeah, I hope I could show you a few possibilities of the column. There are many more out there, but I highly recommend to train these few I showed you, because next week there will be a how to juggle 4 balls tutorial, and these columns are really helpful for 4-ball juggling. So train it in this week. But before you leave, it would be awesome if you subscribe to the channel, and here you find another video. See you next week. Bye.